you never know what's going to happen in midweek games, and you guys get up 11-2, but then their offense just kind of came back.
I noticed that in their box scores, and I watched a lot of video on those guys. They always score runs. Last year we lost one of these dogfights up there, and I think it was extra innings, and you just got to keep scoring runs. The hitters, there's just a lot of old hitters. Hitters are really good in college baseball right now, going up against some young arms, and that's what got us in those 2 middle innings. We ran out some young guys that, lead off walk, and one time we made an error, one time we walked a few more guys, and just, put a little fire, put a little gas on the fire there. And but I felt like they were going to make their run. Fortunately, we just kept playing. We kept scoring ourselves.
You mentioned keep scoring runs. You've got a lineup that seems to be able to do it whenever it's needed this year.
Yeah, you're not going to score that many runs. I challenge this group. You still have to win some low-scoring games. So, it's about pitching and defense. Our defense has been much better the last month. Our pitching, we're starting to see some real flashes. I mean, you're seeing guys run out there now for a second time or a third time, and that's the only way they're going to get better. That's the only way the Kogers and the Dowlers and the Liggetts are going to get better. And they're not all the way there yet, but we see flashes every time we run those young guys out, and I keep challenging them. We need them, and they just need to keep getting a little bit better because their innings and those outs are going to be huge down the stretch.
You always talk about don't get too high, too low. Individually, Cam said he had he was, I think, 1 for 7 or whatever it was Sunday, and he said he was trying to flush that away, and he came back with a big night tonight.
No, he did, and I thought, he and Metz, their first at-bats were kind of carryovers, it looked like, from Sunday's long day, but they're mature. They realize what adjustments they had to make. I knew Monday they were working on some things. You never arrive as a hitter. I mean, you feel great one day, you could feel terrible the next. You just got to trust it, go back to the basics, and know that you just got to compete. And so this lineup is definitely competing 1 through 9.
The guys have mentioned a couple times this year that unlike last year when you struggled late in games, they've got the ability so far this year to put something together at the end to come back.
No, they have. We've definitely made some late comebacks. Again, you don't want to be behind going into the last 3 innings. There's just certain you're going to run into some really tough closers and guys that are going to shut you down. But it's nice to have that in your back pocket because you can't always win the first 3 or 6 innings. And so this team, I liked what I saw there. When they got within 2, we come right back, and Cam hits the 2-run homer, and don't panic, don't press, trust your ability, but play the game. And we say that a lot. Don't play the score necessarily, play the game, because sometimes when you play the score, you can let your guard down, or you could give up if you're getting beat by a lot. So you just got to play the game.
You mentioned some flashes out of the bullpen. When you look at it tonight, I mean, that's the second time Galvan has run out there and has been good. Liggett looked good at the very end, and Ferris early on.
Yeah, and we expect it from Jacob. As an older pitcher, he hasn't been the most consistent, but there's pitchability there, and he should get outs, and he's an older guy, and he should be able to pitch himself out of jams. What the younger guys are learning is it's hard when you're young to pitch yourself out of jams. So don't walk the leadoff guy when you're young. When you're older, those guys can get away with it. And you said Galvan is working towards the older phase, and he's looking like he busted through the door in the last 48 hours. And that's going to be huge for our bullpen. That just gives us another power righty, and it gives us the flexibility with Hawks that, we could start Hawks. He's valuable in a lot of different roles, and you never have enough pitching. So, it's nice to see guys continue to step up and get better.
Big weekend and a short turnaround.
Yeah, which is fun for these kids. They want to play. We like practice and everything. They want to play games and to play good competition. Florida State, just obviously it's a great reputation, the success of their program. They've been a little up and down this year, seems like a lot of people have in college baseball, but man, they're really good at home. That is, you got to go in there and earn it. you know. And so, you know, hopefully some of the things we've done in the last week or two has prepared us to go down to Tallahassee and play good baseball.
Did you like your team's preparation when they were on the road for those 2 series?
Yes, you know, I thought, you know, in that road stretch we had, I think 7 games, and maybe we went like 5-2. It wasn't perfect, you know. Pitt pitched really well, but we had to earn them at Boston College, and we got 1. And yeah, I mean, it was, and we had some challenging temps, and I mean, it was just being on the road. You got challenges no matter where you go, so it was good. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not looking forward to some 70, 80 degree weather, and it looks like we're leaving 70 degree weather this weekend. But that's all right, man. I hope springtime's here to settle in. I tell you, this was nice tonight.
Cool.